someone! He stole my cabbage! Come back, you wee thief!
Up against the wall there. That's it. Mind your feet. That's it. Right, last lot now. Wash your hands.
Don't you worry, son. My hands are tough enough.
Oh, why don't they out of that too? That's it. Now let me see, it was twopence I promised you if you worked hard, was it not?
I said twopence it was.
Well, never let me say I'm not a man of my word. Twopence it is.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.
As you really put your back into it, here's a little bit extra for your hard work.
Holy St. Andrews, thank you, sir. Mr. Ross.
Aye, what is it, lad?
I was wondering if perhaps you'd need some help tomorrow, sir.
No, not tomorrow. But if you've a mind being here on Wednesday morning, I'm sure I can find something for a willing pair of hands.
Wednesday morning, I said I'll be here.
7 o'clock sharp, mind you.
Oh, sir, I'll be here before that.
7 o'clock will do nicely. I'll be off with you. May the Lord be with you, young Maclean.
Right, don't fool with me, Charlie Maclean. The man in all card you gave you, I saw.
Didn't give it to me, I end it. It's my wages.
It's all the same to me. Now let's have it.
Aye, I'll let you have it.
Amy's shot! He's got money.
Will you ruffian? You wee terrors! Come back here! Come back here, you wee terrors! And this one, you!
Hey, watch who you're pushing!
Alongside you! Swab! For your motley crew, I'll show you how we deal with pirates!
Come on, move it! Max will be here in a minute.
Cornflour in the main Good day to you, ma'am.
Good day to you, preacher. How's your wife today?
Why so somber, Mr. Nichols?
No, it's nothing.
Oh, but it is. I can see it's weighing heavy.
I saw a clergyman passing.
That's only a bad omen. On the day of sailing, we sail on the morning tide.
I'd not make this voyage if I wasn't contracted. Something tells me.
Ferry boat leaving, ferry boat leaving. Room for 3 more, room for 3 more. Halfpence a soul, bear to down for 3. Room for 3 more, halfpence a soul, bear to down for 3. Ferry boat leaving the new. Ferry boat leaving,
Come on, lads. Come on.
room for 3 more.
Pardon me, Captain King.
Look lively there, lads. Look lively.
Pardon me, I'm looking for Captain King.
Come on, lads. Come on.
Well, this is the Mary, isn't it?
If it is, what's it to you?
Oh, well, I'm to report to Captain King. I'm the new cook.
Cook, eh?
That's right, certainly.
You've never been to sea before. I can tell. Just by the look of you. Glad to see you're not a liar on top of it. Come on there, lively, lads, lively! Give me a straight answer to this one. You ever been a cook before?
Oh, to be sure. That I have, certainly.
All right, I'll show you aboard. Bring your dunnage. Come on, Sonny, move it, move it!
How many do we have now?
Got all 9 articles.
9.
So we'll get them on board now, instead.
Yes. I was on board.
Easier if you had a piece of rope to lash it.
Yeah, I think you're right, sir.
Here we go, sir.
Thank you, lad. Could use a lad like you. Want to come with us to Africa?
I come, but I've got my business to attend to, sir.
Business, is it? Upon my soul, you must be a busy man.
I said I am very busy.
Oh, if I may inquire, what line of business is it?
Wood, aye, that's it, wood.
Wood. Carpenter. Mr. Brown, listen to this a minute. This should be of interest to you.
No, I'm not just a carpenter, I'm a cabinet maker.
You know what?
I'm a cabinet maker.
Did you hear that, Mr. Hatton? It's me, a grown married man, but I'm just a lowly ship's carpenter. This wee slip of a lad is a cabinet maker, no less.
With his own establishment, I be bound.
Aye, that's right, sir. Just a little way down the lane yonder. You'll see the sign up.
And what sign is that, man?
John Ross Carpenter, sir.
Yeah, I thought you said cabinet maker.
Well, I was a carpenter, but I've been so busy I've not had time to have the sign changed as yet.
Was it a cabinet that bumped your eye?
Oh, no, sir. I wasn't looking where I was about and walked into a length of timber.
Raised your knuckles while you're about it, I see.
Galley's through there. You bank in here. Give us your dunnage, I'll stow it for you.
Thank you, Mr.
Norton, second mate of this scow.
Aye, that's me private things. Don't touch that.
Take your hands off that. I'll tell the captain. Now get this. And get it straight. I may only be second mate of the scow. But below deck, what I says goes. Do I make my point clearly? Now, for your guidance, Captain King ain't no ruddy captain at all. Petty officer in the Royal Navy he was. Got lucky with his prize money, bought himself out, and fitted out this little brig to make his fortune in foreign parts. You following me, pal? Now, there's a smell about you, pal. A stench. A stench of prison. Am I right? Thought so. So, you won't know the ways of a naval ship. And that's how Mr. King likes to run the Mary.
Hmm.
no find a more finely crafted piece than that, Mr. King. There's many a heathen savage will vouch for his accuracy, if he was still alive.
Yes, but has it been tested against something of real consequence, such as elephant?
Elephant, Mr. King?
Yes, I'm told it's prudent to dispatch the beast before drawing its teeth.
Oh, so it's in ivory interest lies.
Ivory, skins, perhaps even a little gold.
Bangles and beads for gold and ivory. Now that, Mr. King, is what I call a most profitable enterprise.
Right, Mr. Herrick. Let us discuss the cost of these muskets, as one businessman to another.
Mr. Norton, could I have a swig of that? Just to lay the dust like I walked a long way.
No. I'll stow this away. Tell you what, man. Might let you have a little sip tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, I'll introduce you to Biddlecombe and McCoy. Fine lads. Good shipmates. We'll share it then.
But there isn't enough to shower the tree.
Now get this. Below decks. What I says goes. Not that fancy Lieutenant King. Good. Now, if everything's quite clear, get into your galley. Get the stove fired up.
That's it, lad. That's it. Hold her midships. Watch it, lad. The wind's backing. Watch your course. All hands to provision ship. Get it moving down there below, please, Mr. Norton. Aye, sir. Come on, lads. Move in. Hold on, move it, boys. Hurry back, Sergeant. Come on.
Morning, Mr. Mudge.
Mr. King, sir.
Can we open the barrel, please?
Yes, sir.
This time I want to be sure we don't have any rotten apples aboard.
There you are, sir.
Thank you, Larry. Get the horse.
These are good layers, Mr. King.
Look out, the pig's got Grab hold of the little run.
Oh, don't hurt him. The mass there, you scurvy lover. Grab him, you go. Bear to the horse. Get your dog, later.
Tonight you'll get you tonight! Come on, let's go!
Upon my oath, Mr. King, I'd no notion of it.
Well, Mr. Norton?
Grog. Hidden in the apples, sir.
I can see that, Mr. Norton. The question is there any more of it?
Here, lad. Well done.
Why, thank you, sir.
Why give our apples to a thieving sewer rat?
It wasn't me.
The lad's just foiled a couple of thieves. He's deserving of praise. Most certainly no thief himself.
Mr. Norton, I want you to check every barrel, every sack before it goes on board. Understand? Aye, sir. Mr. Hatton, kindly be so good as to make sure my instructions are followed. To the letter. Yes, sir.
Now, what did you call them?
Zulus.
Zulus. Zulus.
You got it. Zulus.
Zulus.
I don't believe us. We haven't been put to sea. Already he knows the language. Zulus.
Set fair for an early start.
Aye, sir. Let's hope the wind picks up.
We'll be away before first light. The instant the tide turns.
Aye, aye, sir.
That bit of mischief this afternoon. Those young scallywags did us a right good favor, eh?
Aye. That they did, sir.
Just a pity we haven't found the real culprit.
Pity indeed, sir.
We may well find him yet, if we keep our ears and eyes skinned. A mischief of that severity. Knowing, as you well do, my feelings about strong drink aboard. What do you think the punishment should be for a mischief of that severity?
Lashes, sir.
Of what number?
A dozen.
If not more.
If not more, Mr. King.
We have a long, hard voyage ahead of us. I need a loyal and respectful company to accomplish it. If necessary, I shall not hesitate to use the whip. It comforts me to know that in the matter of discipline, you and I are in complete agreement. Good night, Mr. Norton.
Stay strong for me. Just get his money.
Hold on him, you
money.
great Willis. Hold him, he's getting away.
3 o'clock in Oaksville.
Aye, 'tis a cold night, all right, but quiet for all that.
What's that?
The train.
Aye, that's the only place we haven't looked.
is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul.
Ma'am? Are you all right?
Never forget, Charlie. Always keep faith, and the Lord will never desert you.
You'll have to get up earlier than this to catch me.
Open this up, you runner!
Or you'll what?
Come on, matey, open up, please!
I've no doubt the watch will let you out in the morning. And you'll not be lonely tonight. There's plenty of other rats in the sewer to keep you company. Come to think of it, you look really good behind bars.
Come back! Come back! Don't leave us here! Have a heart! For goodness sake, McLean! We'll get you! You'll regret this!
miles yet. I ain't hardly closed my eyes.
Oh, you best not keep Norton, my dear. His temper's something fierce like they have such.
Ah, stole that, Nichols.
Middlecombe, let's be having you two on watch.
Tut, tut, now. You've got Mr. Norton angry.
One of these days, one of these days you will.
You can stand down the starboard watch, Mr. Hatton. It'll soon be dawn.
Aye, sir. Well out, starboard watch! Port watch to sea stations and haul in on the main foresail! Aye, sir! It's flapping like a pair of washerwoman's drawers!
She's going nicely, Mr. Hatton.
Aye, sir, that she is.
It's that little sewer rat what rumbled my deal with Mudge.
Help!
But what do we do with him? Over the side with him, stowaway. I've got double reason for sinking this one.
Take a last look at the lights of Glasgow, Mr. Hatton. Be many a long month before we see them again.
Before we see any land again, sir. Aye, sir.
I'm going below.
Right. Let's get rid of him once and for all.
Play that, you two! Mr. Norton? Middlecombe, what are you doing on deck? Is your watch below?
Well, just helping out the new cook, Mr. Hatton, sir. Throwing rubbish overboard.
Unlike you to volunteer for work, Middlecombe? That's an uncommonly large amount of refuse after an hour or so at sea.
Oh, well, he's new, you see, sir. Mr. Hatton, the cook, I mean. We was just sort of giving him a hand to settle in, like, weren't we?
Yeah, just throwing out unwanted filth, sir.
Well, well, well. Never thought I'd see the day. Still, don't let me stop your good work.
Aye, aye, sir.
What's that? Here, let me see this rubbish of yours. Oh, you murdering swine, you got someone in here. Middlecombe, my compliments to Lieutenant King. Tell him I require his presence on deck immediately. And move yourself, man. Move it! Stand fast, Mr. Norton, and await the captain. And that's an order, Norton. A legal order. Do I make myself plain?
What's all this about, Mr. Hatton?
We was just...
Hold your tongue, Norton. I was addressing the first mate. Mr. Hatton?
A boy, sir. A young boy laid out cold.
Boy?
I happened on Norton and Middlecombe about to heave this sack over the side, sir. When I questioned them, they said it was rubbish from the galley.
Why, that's murder, sir.
Silence! You may explain now, Norton, if you can.
Stowaway. Stowaway, sir. And what's more, he's one of those thieving wharf rats that's trying to make off with our apples last evening. Tis the law of the sea, Mr. King. Stowaways go over the side.
I'll not need you to remind me of naval law, Norton. Mr. Brown, bring the young boy round.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, it's the carpenter lad. The one who stopped them youngsters thieving the apples.
Carpenter?
Well, cabinet maker, he says. A bright, helpful lad he is.
Bring the lad round. To throw an unconscious young lad wrapped in a sack into chill waters is tantamount to murder, Norton. Do you hear me? And since you're so familiar with the Lord of the Sea, you'll be aware that murder, or even attempted murder, is punishable by hanging, at sea or on land.
you get. Right.
Look. Well, lad, what have you got to say for yourself? Stowing away is a serious crime, you know.
Aye, sir, and I'm sorry, but they was after me, and I couldn't think of another place to be safe.
After you? Who was after you?
The gang, sir. They said they was going to slaughter me and string me up for stopping them stealing your apples.
I see.
He's a nice enough lad, sir. And he did stop the thieving. And if he's a cabinet maker, he could teach me something of the trade. Lord knows I could use some help sometimes.
We don't have a ship's boy, sir. And with a new untried cook aboard, we could use a pair of extra hands in the galley.
Please, sir, Captain.
Well, I'll not turn back now. It would cost us dearly in time. And this wind seems set fair for us. Very well, lad. You'll come with us to Africa.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
What's that? A Bible?
Aye, sir, it's mine.
Can you read, lad?
Aye, sir, and write, sir. My mum taught me. Before she died, that is. The Bible was hers.
Well, take good care of it, lad. The key to life is between these covers. Read and write, eh? Well, perchance you'll be more useful to us than I thought.
Aye, sir, I'll do everything you tell me. Oh, no, sir, please, sir, no!
Right, lad.
I'll catch my death, sir.
Now the head.
Oh, please,
Scrab the head well. That's where the little devils love to hide. Scrab it well. That's right.
Sir.
Keep on. That's it. Drop hard, man. Hard, hard.
Oh, sir.
Here, give us the sword. Right.
Well, everything seems to be in order. Well done.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Mr. Hatton, I must ask you to keep a particularly sharp weather eye on Norton. He seems to be getting meaner and more ungodly with each passing day.
Aye, sir. It'll be my pleasure, sir.
Enter.
Two-hand reporting, sir. Scrubbed, deloused, bright as a new penny. Suitably attired in a seaman-like fashion. Ready to sign on, sir.
Oh, with the ship's register, please, Mr. Hatton.
Aye, sir. Right there, lad.
Well, what's amiss, lad? You said you could write.
Perhaps he's forgotten his name, sir.
Ross, isn't it, youngster? Ross, cabinet maker, you told me?
Aye, sir, Ross. John Ross.
That's it, then. John Ross, ship's boy.
Right, John Ross. Work hard. Learn hard. Be respectful in all things. Obey orders. Be diligent and God-fearing. And who knows what you might make of yourself. Perhaps one day you may even be captain of your own ship. Right, Mr. Hatton. Set the lad to work, if you please.
Aye, sir. Mr. Brown?
Sir.
Take the lad in tow.
Aye, aye, sir. Come on, lad.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Cabinet maker, did I hear you say?
If he's a cabinet maker, I'm King George's uncle. Bless me, no, sir. Just idle bragging on the boy's part. But he seems a nice enough lad for all that.
And that he does, Mr. Hatton. That he does. Well, let's see what he makes of shipboard life, eh?
All away, lads! All away! Slack up the head stays and ease our winching pitches!
Tidy there. I want those ropes called down Bristol fashion. Look to it then, sharply.
That's Kinrear, abeam of us. Bring her 3 points to starboard, Mr. Hatton. West by southwest, if you please.
Aye, sir. 3 points to starboard. West by southwest. Stand by to wear
Watch her head, watch her. Easy she comes out. Easy she comes out. Ready to meet her. Amidships. Steady as she goes. Steady as she goes.
Get aloft there, Piddlecombe! Look lively there with that topsail! All the way up,
Billy hauling big fat.
Leave all fair? That's standing rigging. Want to make yourself useful? Get up aloft and see if you can catch yourself a turn for supper.
Find cleaning gear in the paint locker. I want it shined up like a gilt button.
What's there?
Paint locker. Oh my, we have got a lot to learn.
That's it, lad. Get yourself clean right out. Get rid of all that long shore swash. Throw all your sweetmeats overboard. That's the way, lad. Time now to begin on a new top pitch. And sheesh your ribs with good, hearty salt beef, sea bread, biscuits.
We've got to start on a new tack pitch. You've got to throw your longshore swash overboard. All your sweetmeats. Needed a few things. Try it now. Man, blubber.
Bloody damn. Can cook after all. What's his name? Pal. He's a bog trotter. Eh? Irish. I think he spent more time in Dartmoor than he did in the bog. Is that where he learned to cook? Aye, in prison. What'd he do? Won't say. He don't look like a killer. You never can tell. I think he's on the run. Seems at least he's not going to tell us what he's cooking. Get moving, Rat. We're waiting for our char.
Powell? Here. What had bewitched? At least eat your ribs.
eating the sharks!
The sailor never stops working, lad. And it's the mate's task to make sure there's never any idleness. There's no time for admiring the view or philosophical thinking.
But you're the ship's carpenter.
Aye. So if I didn't give you a hand here, you'd still be at this tomorrow morning.
Why do you do that?
Do what?
This.
Oh, it's just habit. You'll see why in a few weeks' time. You chop the biscuit to frighten the weevils out before you eat it.
Weevils?
No idleness and no conversation.
What's his name?
How?
Learned to cook in Dartmoor.
In prison?
Imprisoned.
Think he's on the run?
A killer.
This instrument's got many uses. One of them's to rip the guts out of idle little rats who stand around in a galley with nothing better to do. There's only one day you can take your ease on this ship. And that's a Sunday. Now get moving!
Be pleased to receive into thy almighty and most gracious protection the persons of us, thy servants, and this ship in which we serve. Preserve us from the dangers of the sea and from the violence of the enemy, that we may be a safeguard and a security for such as pass on the seas upon their lawful occasions. We will now sing the sailor's hymn.
Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm hath bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean deep its own appointed limits keep. Oh, hear us when we cry to thee, all those in peril on the sea. O Christ, whose voice the waters heard, and
Called a sextant. Each day at noon, we measure the angle of the sun over the horizon. Now, why do you suppose we do a thing like that?
Mr. Brown says it tells us where we are. But he says how we do it is a mystery.
That's because Mr. Brown has no learning. Have you?
Aye, a wee bit.
I've caught a fish!
Oh, well done, lad. Hey, that's a fair size.
Oh, I fancy I'll try a bit myself.
What bait were you using?
Make good eating. Pity he ain't big enough for all of us.
Where's Pal?
Forward with Mr. Hatton.
Mr. King fancies a chicken for dinner. A nice plump one, nicely roasted.
I'll tell Mr. Powell.
You kill it, he can cook it.
You shan't be long.
Get moving, you little rat.
Let's see you beat that then. That's 2 sixes.
You took my fish!